Morning, guys. Today I'm going to be sharing how to apply for graduate visa from the UK. So let's begin. First, you need to come to the website called gov.uk/graduate visa. When you come here, you will see this tab, and I'm going to go step by step so that you understand the process. What is a graduate visa? It gives you the permission to stay in the UK for at least 18 months post completion of your studies. So, what is the eligibility criteria? It's pretty simple. It's a really simple visa. So, first of all, you should be in the UK when you're applying for this visa. Your current visa is student visa, which is called Tier 4 General Student Visa. You should have studied a UK bachelor's degree, postgraduate degree, or for example, PhD also. So you must be on a student visa either for a bachelor's, master's, or PhD, for example. And your education provider should have told the Home Office. Home Office, the UK visa granting authority, that they say that yes, this student has completed his or her course at the university. So once you have all of that, then you become eligible for this visa. Another thing, this visa cannot be extended. So after a certain period of time, say whether it's 18 months or 24 months, then it has to be switched into a skilled worker visa, but that has a different eligibility criteria and there is a different income threshold. Okay, I'm not going to discuss that now. How long can you stay? This is really important, so pay attention. Okay, so a graduate visa lasts for 2 years if you apply on or before 31st of December 2026. So if you're right now studying in the UK and your course will finish before this date, 31st of December, or on this date, right, you would be eligible for 2 years if you apply on or before that. So that means even if you were to apply on 31st of December, that can make a huge difference. But the condition is that you should have completed the course. You know, now, if you apply on or after 1st of January 2027, then you'll be eligible to work for 18 months. Your visa will start from the day your application is approved. Okay. Now, if you want to stay longer in the UK, you cannot extend your graduate visa, which, as I told you, you need to probably switch to a different category like skilled worker visa, which I'm not going to discuss. You must apply online. So you can apply online. And when to apply? Okay, this is really important. So you must apply before your student visa expires. Okay, so you can apply after your education provider has told the Home Office that you have completed the course that you took under the student visa. You do not have to wait until you graduate or has been given certificate. For example, you're studying an MPA, you gave your final exams and you got the result, but you haven't got the degree. You can still apply. Okay, you can ask your college or university to confirm to the Home Office. Just drop them an email saying, I got my results, here is my transcript, could I please request you to confirm when the Home Office contacts you that I've completed my course. Because sometimes what happens is that you get a degree 3 to 4 months later after completion of your studies. So make sure you apply before, but make sure you've given the exams, you got the result. Okay. So what you need also is you will need to prove your identity and your document. Usually the decision would take around 8 weeks. Once you apply, so it's probably going to take around 2 months. Now, what is the cost? This is really important. So, £888 is the application fees. I don't know what the application fees would be next year after April, because due to inflation, the cost increases every year, and then you have to pay on top health surcharge. Now, what is this health surcharge? This is to ensure that you can access NHS. And the health charge fees is one. Now, what you can do, this is the good news. In student visa, usually you are confined to work only 20 hours per week, and occasionally you can work full time when there is vacation or there are no exams, subject to permission by the Home Office. Okay. Here now you can work in most jobs, you can look for work, you can be self-employed also, and you can travel abroad, you can return, you can do voluntary work also. What you're not allowed to do, you cannot access public funds. For example, if you lose a job, you're not allowed to get universal credit or any other allowance that is given by the UK government as a public fund, like allowances, right, or housing benefit. So therefore you are not eligible for that or under this visa category. Also, you cannot work as a professional sportsman. Now, what I mean by that is that imagine you're really good in cricket and you get an amateur contract that is paying you. You're not allowed to work as a professional sportsman under that contract. Not under that contract, under this visa category. Okay, so there is a separate visa category for sportsmen. So please make sure that you do not end up doing something that is in breach of the UK immigration law. Okay, so typically you can work for any employer. You can work, you can be self-employed also. You can be a person who's billing their own invoices to the clients. But what you cannot do is apply as a sportsman or get public benefits. And then you must be on this, you must be a student in the UK. So what you need to show is in terms of documentation. Let me show you documents. So let's look at the documents. First of all, you need a valid passport that goes out without question. Then you need a CAS number. Now, this CAS number usually is awarded by the university or the college where you are presently studying, and this is awarded prior to coming to the UK on the student visa. So you have that as a certificate. There is a 14-digit alphanumeric number, so make sure you provide that CAS number, because the Home Office would check, yes, you came here on a student visa. Without it, you will not get it. Then To prove that you have a valid student visa, you will need to show your BRP permit. So for example, BRP permits are expired now. They expired on 31st of December 2024, but they say here that you can still use it even after 18 months. So if the BRP expired on 31st of December 2024, after that you have still 18 months to show that yes, you were living here. This is your student visa. It's the residence permit. If you don't have that, you can show your online immigration status if you have an e-visa. E-visa is a way to show your immigration status in the UK on pretty much digitally, that okay, you're allowed to work 20 hours, you're allowed to rent property, and what is your limitation, what your status is. It is all provided on the e-visa. So basically, e-visa replaced the BRP permit. Now your cash number was sent to you by your education provider when they offered a place to you on the course you completed. So other documents, if you've got dependents, I'm not going to go into that, but it's a really really simple visa. Okay, and this is what every student is looking forward to. So make sure that once you've given the exams, you get your result, you can still apply. Okay, because a single day delay could actually mean that you would be work allowed to only work in the UK for 18 months, not 24 months. So please make sure that if you are today, right now, doing your course and it's nearing completion and you've given the exams, please make sure that you are aware of these dates. The dates are, if you are applying on or before 31st of December 2026, you would be eligible to get 24 months graduate visa. If you're applying on 1st of January 2027, then you'll be eligible only for 18 months. The visa fees is £880 plus £1,035 per year as immigration health surcharge, which gives you access to the NHS. So I hope you found the video useful. If you need my advice on how to apply for this visa, drop me a comment down below, or you can contact me directly in the email, and I'll be happy to advise you. Stay tuned for more updates and more tips. And till next time, take care. Oh,